For some time now, Ana Kasparian has been talking about how she's leaving the left or left the left and is left leaving leftist ideologies. I did that on purpose, okay? I wrote that down. Yeah, that's a lot of lefts. But she's been talking about how she's leaving the left, and your boy has a similar experience as well. But I want to go ahead and just highlight a couple of statements that she made on her blog post titled Aligned. And I kind of want to go ahead and discuss it. So like I always do, if you guys want to go ahead and read the blog, then I'm going to go ahead and link it down below. But I want to go ahead and talk about a couple of these statements. So of course here, this statement is just essentially her acknowledging her mistake with siding with the left. Not that she doesn't agree with some of the policies on the left, but the fact that she just saw every Republican, including Trump, as like the world's evil monolith, as she like has it here, as like the enemy of the state, you know. And then she talks about her evolution when she was essayed by a homeless man and then witnessed her own party just ostracize her for coming out and speaking about this situation. Then in 3 sentences, she talks about how others accused her of feeding into racist tropes because they assumed that her attacker was black. And the thing is that she describes how she never even disclosed the man's race. And of course, now she did, which she indicated that he's white. And honestly, I really can't help but ask the question, you know, do people practice jumping to conclusions over the years, or is it like a natural gift that people are born with? But anyways, let's continue forward. And this is a tweet that she ended up putting out, and I want to go ahead and discuss it after, but let's go ahead and read it. I'm a woman. Please don't ever refer to me as a person with a uterus, a birthing person, or a person who menstruates. How do people not realize how degrading this is? You can support the transgender community without doing this shit. And in these couple sentences, she talks about how YouTubers on the left made videos about her and they were publicly attacking her with monetized videos. Anna, there's a simple explanation for this, okay? So 1, your fame is either catching up to you, or 2, you're the star of the week's drama. That's just how it is online, man. And here's the thing. This is something that I always try to explain to you guys, that people are always going to jump to conclusions. And the reason why is because, again, heuristics, fallacies, and biases. If you become aware of these, actually, it's not just that. You have to have some sort of degree of self-awareness. Otherwise, if you don't, then you're going to end up falling prey to the social identity model of the individuation effect. And essentially what happens is that when you have these echo chambers, which is why I tell you guys to stay away from all of these groups, these echo chambers, like, you know, the right or the left, the people who are de-individuating, they tend to behave like the people in those groups. So Anna, what you're experiencing from these commentators and your entire group that you used to represent, that's just another Monday. As a matter of fact, you even stated it yourself that you would behave in that manner. And ironically, you're kind of getting a taste of your own medicine. And lastly, she just talks about how, you know, this whole experience kind of forced her to come to terms with the intolerance of the left. And this has kind of allowed her to publicly reject the ideological shackles that, in her words, kept my world small and less informed. And then if you read this here, which is practically the end of this blog, she talks about how, you know, today she's less certain and more curious than she's ever been when compared to 4 years ago, when she was just narrow-minded and making, at least to her, making humiliating mistakes while covering political news. All in all, congratulations, Anna. You have been effectively judged by the jurors of Twitter and have been sentenced to death by retweet. No, but seriously speaking, yeah, this is why I left the left as well, because when I started raising questions about Bernie Sanders and his Medicare for All plan, I was immediately attacked and was told that I was the problem. Thank God for that, because that was the main reason why I left. I mean, it was already building up to that point where I was going to leave the left anyways, but I left because of that. That was like the final straw. I probably would have left the left a lot sooner if I did not have a lack of knowledge of the political echo chamber that was built around these communities. You see, because a lot of these communities have this psychological propaganda going on that really effectively influences you to think and align yourself with these ideologies. And it's amazing to me that a lot of these political pundits, Secular Talk, Humanist Report, the Rational National, a lot of these guys, they don't even know they're doing it. And here's the thing, you don't even need knowledge on deception techniques or propaganda techniques, manipulation techniques to effectively get people to align with your ideology. All you need to do is just appeal to their emotions, which is why a lot of these people who watch these political pundits, they have such a parasocial relationship with these guys. If you even criticize them, even if they're wrong, they immediately go onto your comment section or even wherever you're at on, social media, and they'll attack you for it. Because they just cannot accept the fact that their political pundit has misled them. In a way, it kind of leads back to them, because to them it's like, no, they would not mislead me. That's kind of how I felt too. I always thought that, Kyle Kalinske, because he was the one that I will always watch. I always thought that he was the one leading me because he was doing it for my well-being, and of course I want to do it for my well-being. I was voting based off of how he was viewing the world, but that was an absolute mistake, because essentially what I was doing, and I don't know why there isn't a formal term for this. What I was doing was cognitive outsourcing. I was just lending him my brain for him to do the thinking for me. And it's not because I was lazy. It's because I was thinking to myself, like, well, he's already done all the work. He already understands the political jargon. I could trust him to do the thinking for me, since he understands these concepts a lot more. But again, that was a mistake. Instead of me going out there and learning the political jargon so I can properly understand it, instead I was just allowing someone with his own political agenda to influence my beliefs so then I can align with his. And to a degree, I am at fault. However, I will say this, okay? When it comes to influence and information, and I want to go ahead and emphasize this, influence and information, nobody has free agency. Because I know there's going to be people that are going to say, oh, well, what about when someone kills another person? Like, does that mean that person didn't know that they were committing a wrong? Listen, bro, I don't know about all that, okay? I'm just talking about influence and information when it comes to online platforms and pundits, okay? What I will say this, okay? To a degree, we are all at fault, but we're not truly in control, because when it comes to these psychological exploits, it's very difficult to scope them out and to identify them. In real time, especially. Even I fall for it, and if I fall for them, then most likely other people fall for them, because I consider myself to be decently aware of a lot of these psychological forces, and even I still fall for them. And if you're one of those people that says, oh, I don't fall for any of this stuff, like I'm completely self-aware, I watch these guys and I vote because I wanted to listen, let me tell you something, bro. I not only do I got a bridge to sell you, I also have a unicorn, a Harambe shaped hot Cheeto, and a ghost in a box. And I sell it to you at a discount. And you know what, man? Here's the thing. I'll keep that return policy open forever, dude. You can return those products if you're completely unsatisfied. Because one thing's for sure. You're definitely not going to return that ghost in the box. For a fact, you're going to believe that, motherfucker. You're gonna... Oh, man. Hey, you open the box. Oh, so this is what it looks like. Oh, man. All right. No, but seriously speaking, listen. I was there. I used to be in that position. So don't take it personal. I'm telling you, man. Like, even till this day, I have to check myself. And if you guys want to go ahead and check yourselves as well, then I highly recommend this website, Cognitive Biases. It includes all these biases, heuristics, and fallacies. I highly recommend that you guys learn some of these that apply to you. Obviously, you don't have to learn all of them, but maybe you reflect and you find yourself committing certain fallacies, or biases. Like, for instance, I know that there's people out there that definitely commit the confirmation bias. Go ahead and click on it, and it takes you to this website here, or not a website, but it takes you to an article explaining more about confirmation bias, so you can have a better understanding of what this is. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to just highlight that. I thought that was pretty interesting. I just wanted to share my story. I know it's I barely touched on it. I think it's just super surface level. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. That's all I have for you guys, and yeah, hopefully you guys learned something today.